Hi, everybody. It's Linda here, and I hope you're doing well. I sketched out this flower pot with some flowers. So that's what I'm going to be doing today if you want to stick around. If at the end of the video or, at some time you want to leave me a comment, I would love to hear from you. If you like it, please don't forget to hit the like button. It kind of helps me out. And so today we are going to be, this is a sketchbook. It is from Tumu Arta. And you might want to know what size it is. So let me get a ruler. Whoops. Okay, so I think it's 5 by 7. Yeah, it's a little bit more than 7. It's like 7.5 almost by like 5. A little over 5, maybe 5.25. So that's the size of the sketchbook. It is cold press. I've been, doing some stuff in it. And I thought I would just, practice doing some flowers with you. So I'm using the Kuretake paints. I have 2 jars of water. And I have let's take this one. I have a rag that I probably should, I don't even know. Wouldn't it be cool if I could do something with this? I remember Pam saying you could use it for covers of journals. That might be a cool idea. So anyway, I'm going to fold this up and put it over here. I have a plate, my Corel plate that I've been painting with. I'm going to use that. And I got a new brush by Princeton Heritage, and I've been, practicing and checking it out, and I really like it. It's got a nice little snap. It's synthetic, and it has a really nice point. So I really like the Princeton brushes. I listen to people that have been doing this a lot longer than me, and they know what they're talking about. So I can testify that they're really nice. So I'm watering down the paints, and let's get started. Whoops, I just bumped into it. Let me see. We're still okay? Yes. So let's get started, and I hope that you're doing well. And if you aren't, come and join me on this journey of painting. It's so much fun. So what am I using right now? I am using yellow ochre. So I'm going to outline the pot like so. And I have Ariel with me, which if you have been following me, I used to have a really cute dog, Baxter, and the people that started following me in the beginning know who he is. He has since passed away, and I decided to just start dog sitting. So that's who I have sitting here in front of me. She's a cutie patootie. She's only 5 pounds, and she's very intelligent for a little girl. Okay, so I am painting the bottom of this with the yellow ochre. And then what I think I'm going to do, let my brushes go in here. I have some paints on here. I'm going to get some, what am I getting? Burnt sienna, and I'm going to mix it in here with a little bit of, you can use a pipette. I'm just going to wet my brush and swirl it around. And then we'll go in here in the top of the pot. Hope my head is not in the way. And just do the rim. We'll do the rim a little bit darker. We'll just outline that. And just bring it over like so. So it's really good to have a sketchbook because it's your tool to practicing and getting better if that's what you're interested in. For me, that's what I've always been interested in, but I couldn't do it. I had children to take care of. And you do what you have to do. So now I am using maroon. And I'm just going to go around the edge of this bowl like so. Okay, we will come back to it. And now what I want to do is get a tissue also. I bought this table and I really like it. But I'm looking around, it's like I need a bigger space. It's easy to get, crowded. So now I'm going to go in with raw umber deep, and I am going to do the bud on this black-eyed Susan. It's not the bud. Does anybody know the name of the top of the black-eyed Susan that I'm painting? So we need to let that dry. And then maybe what we'll do is go down to some of these. So we're going to have yellow, orange over there. So what would look good next to that? I'm thinking like a pinkish purple. So let's get some purple in here. And maybe we'll mix in some of that cherry blossom pink. And we'll make it a little bit lighter. And we can always go back in. Okay, so we're going to do this one. And that's a little lighter than what I wanted. So we're just going to do the first layer. I want this to be lighter so we can go in afterwards. So rule number 1 is to put down a lighter tone of the color so that you can go back in afterwards and glaze. So what you do to get a lighter tone is you just add a little bit more water to, water it down. They don't use that word though. They don't use water it down. But that's basically what you're doing. So I'm just tracing these out and filling the flower in. And maybe what we will do over here is maybe we'll just use the cherry blossom with nothing. It looks very similar, doesn't it? I don't like that. I want to do something else. This is whimsical. This is not going to be... So you know what? I'm going to take that off. Don't like it. And I think maybe what we'll do is we'll use some... What am I doing? Red matter. Use some red matter. Bring it over here. And we'll add water to it because we want it to be lighter. Oh goodness, look what I did. You know what? That we're going to go with that. We're not going to get upset. We're going to add little red dots. So we'll leave that. I wasn't going to, but now we are. Okay, so take some of that up because we will go back in there afterwards. Maybe we'll go in there now. We'll just do some, because it's a little wet, so we can get some bleeding. And we'll just go around with it. I'm just using the tip, the very point. Oop, am I in camera? I hope I've been. Yes, I have been. Good. Good to know. Okay, let's go around this one. Go around the edge. And around the flower. And give it, an outlined kind of look. There we go. And we'll just do a little corner in here. And maybe I'll just pick up some of that. A little bit of this. And we'll push that. There we go. And pick some of it up. And it looks like we need to go back in here. When the paints dry, they dry much lighter. Sometimes you have to do it again. Okay, so we'll let those dry. Oh, and we should do, where was I? I said I was doing, I didn't do the other Black-Eyed Susan. Whoops, how did that happen? I didn't even see that. Okay, got it. So we want to be very careful. We must have spilt water there. Okay, so we got the two tips of the Black-Eyed Susans we're going to do, and those are going to be, so I can start with the orange. Let me wet this. I have it on my plate already. I know I need to get a ceramic plate so I'm not stealing from my kitchen. Okay, lightly and then heavier. Lightly. And there we go. And one last one. There. So now we should be able to do the other one. So here we go. Going in. And we're just pressing lightly. When you first put your brush down, you press lightly and then you press a little heavier to get the thicker part of, now that wasn't good. See, I didn't press light enough, so I'm going to turn it and go like that. Let's go back. Okay, if that dries too light, we can always go back. So now I want to do this right here. So this, I'm going to take some sap green, dark, I think. Yep, no, just sap green. I'll tell you, I really enjoy the Kiritaki paints. They are very opaque, which is probably why I like them. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with, what did I say this was? Yellow ochre. Yep, yellow ochre. And I'm going to do the centers of these flowers. There. Then I'm going to go in with my mixture here of paints. And I'm just going to do some lines. I'm not going to touch, make sure I don't touch the green, because that still needs to dry. Okay, so that's the first layer. Now I'm thinking we will add some, what am I going to add? Cadmium red. I'm going to go in with the cadmium red. Am I right? Yes, this is cadmium red. The other one's cadmium orange. So put it on here. Mix a little of that brown in there. And we will start to outline our leaves. I think this was supposed to be something like a tulip. Okay, we're going to go like this. Now it's a lot darker than I want it to be. I want it to be lighter. So I'm going to wet my brush and I'm going to go in, just move that down. Move that down like that. And then we need to take a lot of that up. So we're just going to pull it with our brush and pull it up. And then we'll let that dry so we can go back into it after. I'm just trying to fix that point. Okay, and then we will glaze this. So we're going to let that dry after I finish getting what I want to get up. Okay, there we go. So let's go back in and get some more of that red. I took a little bit of the brown. And we're going to do the same thing over here. Put my hand there so I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. Let me see if I can bring it down. And then maybe you could see it this way. Okay, so let's, oh, God. All right, I got to figure out a way to not get my hand on what I already painted. So let's outline this flower, and we'll do the same thing, you know, take most of the paint off your brush, and we're just going to use the water to move the paint from where you outlined and just get like a soft, you know, soften up the paint. There we go. Okay, that's good. I like that. All right. Now, the next thing we're going to do are the green. We're going to go in with some green. What do I have here? Let's mix this all together. It's a little darker than I want, so I'm going to get some. What do I have? I have ultramarine. Let's get some ultramarine. Whoops, I took way too much. Put it up here and water it down, and then we'll put some blue in there. Yep. Okay. All right, so now what we're going to do is go back. Hopefully I don't have too much paint on my brush. Like that. I didn't want that, so let's get the tissue and blot that out. I will have to fix it. I'll have to come back and fix that. I did it again. Okay. Put my hand up here. Oh my goodness. I am really making a mess. Okay, so now we're going to go in here and carefully do the stems. Okay, so we got the stems. Don't have all of them. Let me see. This one is coming from here. This one is coming down here. It's going here and here. And I didn't want it to go that far, so we're going to get that. Okay, we got those in. Now we're going to do some leaves. Okay. So now it's time to fix some of this. And then, oh, I have to go back and fix that leaf. Right. This leaf. And then I think what I'm going to do is go back in here. And you can see I messed up here. Fix that. There we go. I need to fix this. Okay. Next, we have to do the lilacs. So the lilacs, we're going to use cobalt violet. So let's get I'm going to have to spray this down. All right, we're going to get the cobalt violet. And I'm going to turn this around this way. This way I don't get any paint on. And I'm putting the violet in here on my dish. And I'm going to go like this. And then we'll let that dry. Okay. And we're going to do the same thing with the other one. Okay, so I have the lavender is in, and the next thing I want to do is go back over, they should be, yeah, they're dry. We're going to go back over the tulips back there. I'm going to add more of the cadmium red. So we're going to add more of that to the palette. We're just going to go in and I'm going to do the outline again. Like that. Maybe just, okay, leave it like that. Okay, now I will put my hand over here. So hopefully I don't smudge anything. And I am outlining this tulip. And we're good. Okay. I didn't want that last. I didn't want that. So we will lighten that. I think I'm gonna, yeah, I don't like this. Go like that. Pick some of that up. And like that. Okay, what do we have more to do? Okay, so let's get some Hooker's green, a little Hooker's green, and we will just go into the bottom. I have to wait till those dry. So what we'll do is we want to use this paint. And we'll just add a little to these, and we're going to have spikes coming out. Where are we going to come from? Here. Come down and like that. Let's get some hookers. Bring it down. I think I'm going to make this a little darker. Okay. So next we're going to fill this in here with dirt. Okay, and then I want to put a darker color on this flower. So we're going to take some of the, what was I going to use? Cobalt violet. And we're going to add some background color to that. Some contrast. Actually, I wonder if this might look better here. Sorry guys, I'm having a hard time talking and painting. Okay. Not sure I'm liking it, but you know what? We'll just keep going. It's definitely better than the way it was. Okay. So we need something else. We need to splatter all over this thing because of what I did before. So we're going to get the red and we're going to fill up this brush. Okay, and then we need to do something down here. So let's get this wet. Add some brown to it. Okay, and we need to anchor this. So let's like that. And I think I'm going to call it done. So this is what it looks like. And if you enjoyed it, hit the like. If you'd like to follow me, definitely subscribe. I would love to have you on board. I have been doing watercolor for a year now, and I'm in my second year, and I'm learning every day. I'm back to drawing. If you don't know, I used to be a special ed teacher, and now I'm retired, and this is what I do for enjoyment. So I wish you a wonderful day, and I hope to see you again. Okay, bye-bye.